Hello there guys, it's me Unstable Voltage and welcome back to part 4 of Stellaris Federations. Sorry in advance about any screaming kids in the background. We are at the end of our first week of lockdown here in the UK and it sounds like the neighbours' children are already going feral. So, where were we at the end of the last video? We managed to increase our admin cap. Not sure it's going to make a huge amount of difference. Let's go and pick up. Did we already do these ones? Because I am playing this with in Iron Man, and it doesn't let you manually save. It's supposed to manually save. It's supposed to save when you close the game down, but I'm not terribly convinced that it always works. Do we want to clear either of these blockers? I mean, hydroponics bays may be useful for us. We are going to have some food on some of our planets, and we're not producing a great deal of food, although we are still in the net positive there. But we will go ahead and do that. Yeah, the Kroll have joined. So it just made me wonder what point in the process it's actually decided it was going to save. It seems a little weird. But these guys have joined. I am building out here, that much I remember. Let's go ahead and just unpause things and we'll basically see what happens. Let me just turn my headphones up a little bit and put the speed on fast because I always forget to do that. So it is my plan to sort of expand out at least to here and try and grab that well, ideally expand out to this system, because if we can grab this system here, we should probably do that one first. Migration treaty with the Kroll. Yeah, I'm sure this has rolled back a little bit from where I played before. It must literally just be where it decides it's going to do the Iron Man save. It should save whenever you exit the game, but like I said, it doesn't always appear to want to do that, which is a little bit annoying. So I'm not sure if any progress was lost. Hopefully not. But yeah, we are going quite above our admin cap for Empire Sprawl. We're also falling behind on consumer goods a little bit there. So we've probably got a good reason to actually want to colonize some more planets, so we've got some more building slots, because our growth is relatively slow. I mean, we do have 2 worlds here we could colonize in a single system. I mean, that's value, being able to do that. Got an Alpine world there. Yeah, so we do probably want to grab this system relatively quickly, but we want to make sure we've got enough influence to grab all the systems that we want to get, particularly this one, because it does have a Savannah world, which is fantastic for us. A 25 slot Savannah world is really good, and there's also an archaeological site there that we'll want to dig into as well. So I think that's fine doing that. Where are you going? Oh, you were already on your way up there. In that case, you go and survey this system. We've got an anomaly. 84 is quite a quick one, so we might as well research that while we're there. The doorway. What can only be described as a dimensional portal has been discovered in a remote location on Majek Secundus. Weather prediction algorithms noticed a strange air current which was eventually determined to be caused by a street leakage of atmosphere into the portal. The rate of loss is far too small for it to make any difference to life on Majek Secundus, but the existence of this portal raises some disturbing questions, such as where does it lead to, and could something come through the portal from the other side? Intriguing. So where exactly is that? That is, oh, actually on our planet. Special projects. Probe the dimensional portal. We don't need a ship here to do this. Okay, let's just go ahead and research it, because that seems sensible, right? That seems like something we definitely want to be messing around with. And we've got a wormhole. We haven't explored it yet. We've got the archaeological site. Yeah, so I think things are going to be relatively okay. We do have a second construction ship somewhere. At least I thought we did. That is the archaeological site. Let's go ahead and have a look at that. The translated log appears to have been recorded by Uxla, the third mate. First mate Yathar confirmed First mate Yathar committed suicide by ripping off his own antennas yesterday. Technician second class Massiva declared herself empress shortly afterwards, but food riots forced her into exile on the lower decks. Situation very bleak, cannibalism widespread. Privax has turned entirely magenta after his lower abdomen exploded yesterday. Should be dead, but is not. Now worshipped as a deity by all Gamma Shift. These are really funny. I do love them. So we'll carry on with that excavation there. So where's our second construction ship? I almost certainly built a second one. Where are you? Oh, you're both in the same place, I think. That's what's causing the confusion. So yes, one of you is going to go up here and build Starbase. Definitely. While the other one's working on grabbing the minerals. On mineral gain is actually really good at the moment. Nefri's Pride. The armed vessel discovered in orbit of CP-01893 is an abandoned military spacecraft called Nefri's Pride. Its light frame and evasion hardware suggest it was built for long-distance patrol missions, but it has since been retrofitted into a long-range stealth bomber. Records of the ship's comms reveal it was hijacked by a rebel guerrilla on its way to perform a strike against a secret complex called the Zevian Labs, said to hold a weapon so powerful it could win them the war. When they were shot down, we have extracted the ship's destination from its navigational drive. Well, yeah, we want to do that. I mean, 50 influence is nice, but finding out where these labs are, that could be quite cool. We didn't gain the ship, though. So where are these labs? Let's just go and have a quick look at that. That was the wrong thing. We want the situation log. Somehow I managed to click on the market. Need to have one scientist in orbit. And you are... Oh, you're actually in our own system. That is quite useful. So much so, I'm going to pull you back from doing that, and you're going to go and research that special project. And I'm taking you kind of a long way out of your way, but I'm not that bothered about that. We do want to try and grab these systems here, just to sort of block this bit of space off from this direction. That said, I don't think these guys can get across here. I don't think those are linked. Now, I did mention in the previous video that these guys are kind of stuck here and they can't expand anywhere, but as one of my viewers did mention, and apologies because I can't remember who said it now, they could technically, providing they've got open borders and they can get their construction vessels out to any other unclaimed star system that they've fully surveyed or has been fully surveyed, you can claim it. I mean, if I wanted to, I could take a construction ship, fly through crawl space. I've got open borders with these guys, so I could fly out here, I could fully survey one of these star systems and colonize it. The problem that you have, the further away a star system is from your borders, the more expensive it becomes to colonize. So if you look here, if we select our construction ship and go to colonize an adjacent system, it would cost us 75 influence and 90 alloys. If it was 2 jumps away, it would be 150 influence. If it were to be like 3 jumps away, well, it doesn't even tell us what it is there, but it costs so much we don't even have enough to do it. So we're lacking 44, so it's like 220 influence. So you can theoretically, you know, attempt to colonize. Obviously, it has to be a system that has been surveyed, but you could attempt to colonize something very, very far away from your borders. But the further away it is, the more expensive it is in influence. So there's pros and cons to it, because sometimes you find that I really want this system, which means I've got to colonize this one and this one and this one, and then you just end up increasing your empire sprawl. So there are pros and cons on both sides of the fence. Let's go ahead and get this construction ship building the mining stations here. And this world is potentially habitable, and we want to colonize it. And we want to use the Ferbonites because they basically have 100% habitability, but we are still lacking consumer goods. That is our big problem right now. We have a massive shortage on consumer goods. Our population on this world is 33, so it's going to be a while before we can build another consumer goods building there. We could possibly force our population. Yeah, let's research that's quite quick. We'll prioritize that, but we don't have any additional slots, which is the main problem. I mean, we could destroy one of the buildings that is on here. See, turns consumer goods into Unity, so we could replace this with another civilian industries building. It's going to take us a year, but it should hopefully save us some consumer goods. We need to get that back on track. Life Electric, Science Officer Tech... Oh, I hate these names. Tech Octcatnecht reports that that Alphard 4 is covered from pole to pole in a web-like network of electrical filaments. These networks respond to external stimuli. The ISS Acteur experimented with sending low-voltage pulse into the surface, which resulted in a wave of illumination that rippled through the network like a circuit board. Even more remarkably, the webs rearranged themselves. A second low-voltage pulse revealed that the filaments had been organized into a new pattern, centered around where the previous pulse had contacted the surface. They've concluded that the discovery confirms their long-held theory that life can exist almost purely electrical impulses, independent of a cellular or viral structure. Fascinating. That just gives us some more science. This is going to be a nice little science system if we want to go ahead and grab that one. We have fully explored it now, which is excellent. So let's keep working our way in this direction. So are there any other systems that we'd really, really like to grab? This one potentially, because of those two worlds there, although we're not going to be colonizing anything for a little while, simply because we are still very short on those consumer goods. We would like to... Yeah, I don't think there's any here that I'm like, okay, this is really important, we have to get them. I would like to get Alphard here because it is a choke point. So I think it is important that we do try and get that one. We may as well get the research stations while we're here. We've got plenty of minerals. There's no reason not to be doing that. This construction ship, which I did not need to double click on, you could come back and... Well, we do have a decent amount of influence. Let's go ahead and grab this system. It is quite nice. There is some society research there, as well as a little bit of trade value. So that is worth doing. We're probably quite close to finishing this archaeological site. Yeah, this will be the very last, because you can only have a maximum of 6 chapters, I believe. And we've got a 30% chance of completing this one in the next 40 days. Probably won't happen because, you know, that's what our luck is. But even if we don't, it'll probably increase the chance for the next one, for the next phase. So let's have a quick look as we're nearly there. No, but we now have a 50% chance of doing it. That system survey was really quick. Let's send you out to survey that one. And yep, that construction has been finished. We do have... That's an ocean world. See, we probably do want to work our way out in this direction. Let's go and do that one. We've got a new tech here, and that we now have coil guns. What do we want to grab next? Well, better armor would potentially be useful. Don't necessarily need the Corvette build speed and build cost, because we are at our limit right now. The afterburners could be useful. Let's go to the afterburners, actually. So we have some unemployed on Majek Prime. Let's go ahead. Well, we're not doing terribly great here on energy credits. So let's go ahead and build a couple of energy credit districts there. And that should sort out the unemployment. We are still losing out on consumer goods. Minus 2.13 per month now. So I really don't like that downtick. We can upgrade our fleet. Doing so will cost us 320 alloys. We can afford to do that, so let's go and do it. We don't have any enemy fleets particularly to fight against at the moment, so it's not like I can build a custom ship designed specifically to deal with them. But that's okay. That was a really quick system to do. Let's go ahead and just have a very quick look at this one because it's down here on its own. So it's always good to sort of know where the enemy can come in from. So grabbing that one, I mean, that is a choke point, but then so is this one potentially. This one would stop anything coming in from this direction. In fact, even this one would. If we grab this system here, it's a choke point to all of this behind it. We just need to see what can come from this direction. And there's an alpine world and an ocean world also. So this is the 6th and final chapter of the crashed starship. One last log has been found and translated. Patrol log. Officer Gilgram detected crashed vessel on 5523X. Move to investigate. Vessel identified as the Ravink, a Class P modular freighter. A single survivor in critical condition was recovered from the wreckage. Identically confirmed as Privak's Botswain's mate. So the one that lost all of his body parts and went kind of purple is still alive. Remaining crew either perished in the crash or turned on each other shortly before our arrival. As per standard protocol, I am leaving this log here and registering the Ravnik as a protected gravesite. End recording. Minor artifacts found, and it gives us 100 minor artifacts. That's not great. That was a lot. I mean, I did enjoy the flavor text of it. I'll be honest, it was funny. But that was a lot of time spent on that site, basically for nothing. But that's fine, because we've got another archaeological site over here that we can go and get involved in. So let's go and start working on that one. Let's say our Empire Sprawl still going is a little bit over, but it's fine. We've got another thing to research. That science vessel is over there. Lots of buildings done. So you need to go ahead and get these mining stations and the research stations built. So let's start working on that. You might as well do the same thing over here, mining station and research stations, before we decide what we're going up here to grab. And also, there is still that danger that one of our allies could come through our space with a construction ship and claim one of these systems. So we need to keep our eye out. I don't mind them surveying stuff. That's fine. Signs of activity. The drop pods surrounding Percod 6, which is this planet over here, have been drifting powerless for quite some time. The ISS Arcco Tour reports that whatever aliens these pods were transporting are now but withered husks on board, having evidently perished hundreds of years ago. One sole pod, however, has shown signs of onboard activity. While its engines are disabled, scans suggest its communications array is undamaged. We can hail them. So we could get ourselves some global influence, which would be nice, but let's just go with it. This is a robot kind of thing here, the Caretaker. Initiating communications protocol. Hello, unidentified visitor. I am Caretaker AX7B of Zolexin Drop Pod 175. I've been programmed to assist citizens during the resettlement procedure. Unfortunately, a hyperdrive malfunction led drop pods 114 through 175 to exit hyperspace 18 parsecs from our intended destination. I have attended the citizens as best I could. I even managed to prevent cannibalism for 1,840 days. Unfortunately, their air supply eventually ran out. Do you have citizens in need of tending? So I would be happy to care for them. This seems like a great idea. We would be happy to have you. We have no need for your services. It gives us some engineering boost. Or we cannot permit an AI to run without a surveillance fire on that pod. What is our current stance towards AI? Where do I find this now? I can never remember where I find things here. I was pretty sure it was here. Where are you? Policies. There we go. Robotic workers are allowed. Okay, sure. Sounds like a great idea then. Oh no, actually it's added to the recruited leader pool. Interesting. Okay, so what kind of leader are you then? Never had this event before. So you're actually a governor. Ship build speed. And he's 709, so theoretically he's never going to die, right? He's a robot. So ship build speed plus 20%, ship build cost minus 10%. That is awesome. If we had a sector just for pumping out ships. And he also gives 10% boost to all researchers. That is really good. You have cheaper clear blocker costs. I think I'm actually going to have him governing the sector. I think he would be a lot better for this. Where do we do that? We do that in planets and sectors. So yeah, sorry, but this caretaker's going in for this one. He is so much better. Okay. So we'll unpause. We'll keep building. And we still need to research this shit. How are we doing on that one? Where's our situation log? Actually pretty quick. Another month and that one will be done. And we finished building that. Let me just pause up because I know I'm going to get a pop-up if I don't while I'm in the middle of this. So this research should be finished very soon here.
Special project complete.
And I think that is it there. Our scientists have returned from the Zaven labs unscathed with footage collected from the facility security cameras. It shows lab scientists bound and gagged as guerrilla soldiers pry open the weapon's strongbox, but to their dismay the box is empty. Only minutes later the rebels can be seen writhing on the floor in intense agony, dark patches swelling across their bodies and their skin rips and a grey unidentifiable matter spills out. The matter continues to expand, swirling hypnotically around them until one of the scientists activates the emergency systems. Sprinklers douse the room in a liquid and an electrical surge passes through it, executing all living things. Here the footage ends. Our crew can confirm that the strongbox was indeed empty. So that actually gives us 30% progress to super solid materials. Nice. It's just a quick boost to a science that we haven't started on yet. Let's have a quick look at that because I'm not particularly familiar with it. So even though we're not working on it, we can potentially look as if we're going to change our research here without actually changing our research. We'll go back to afterburners. Super solid materials. So basically this gives engineering research from researchers plus 20%. That is actually quite nice, but we'll go back and finish off working on those afterburners. We've started that. We are now once again making positive consumer goods quite nicely as well. We've really managed to bump that up with our little change there. In the meantime, I do think we probably should keep expanding. We also we've got some more aliens to investigate. We do also need to come back here. Oh, there's the dimensional portal. The dimensional portal on Majek Secundus leads to a dimension of pure energy, a small amount of which can be siphoned through the portal for our own use. The procedures used to handle the discrete packets of energy also have the potential for use as a weapon system. Excellent. So engineering research gained 250. And that research options gained of plasma throwers as well. Nice. Dimensional portal researchers will also produce energy. Excellent. Cool. We do need to come down here and research this as well. That's not in our borders. We are still researching on that one. So technology is now researched. That's hydroponics done. Gene clinics could be useful. Now, tile blockers, we are probably going to start getting some of these. So let's start working on some of the tile blockers because we haven't done any of that research yet. This is a theocratic republic. They're asking for association status. Sure. Getting more people involved in the Federation could be really useful for us. So how much further out do we want to build? What was this planet here? That's an ocean world. That's not great. We do definitely want to work our way over here, I think. But before we go any further away, let's go and fill in this hole inside our own territory so we can grab these alpine worlds. And we'll wait until you've finished that. In fact, we'll get you to build the research station. And then after you've built that research station, you can go over there and build an outpost. So you've finished researching that. I think that is a very good system for us to want to grab. Let's get you over here and work on that anomaly. And then we'll have another site. We'll have two science vessels. One will go down, one will go up. Where? Oh, you can come back from there now because you're not. Are you doing something? What are you doing? You are moving down there. That's fine. You're just being very slow about it. That's okay. That construction ship is done. There's nothing else here that you need to construct. Unless I decide I want to go and grab one of these places, which I'm not necessarily convinced that I want to do right now. Almost certainly in the future we'll want to do that one. Borders open. So did those guys actually join? I'm not sure where we see who has association status. They have a really good economy. We'll soon be level 3 on the Federation, which is really nice. Now, where is our unions map mode? Yeah, there we go. So, you know, our Federation is already going to own a decent chunk of this space here. Why do we suddenly see this black hole here? How has something managed to... how did we get here? Looks potentially like someone found this through some sort of weird jump, or... we've got these guys over here. That's a fallen empire anyway. What is your... Yeah, overwhelmed with everything. You are dismissive. But you like the fact that we're xenophiles. So that helps out a little bit. Subject abusers. Yeah, I mean, we could... They are spiritualists. I mean, we could try and get friendly with them, but they're on the opposite side of the galaxy, so they're not a huge deal to us right now. That's fine. Everything here is going where it needs to go. Construction there is done. Let's go and build the mining stations. So we've got 2 Alpine worlds. They're not particularly huge, so I'm not bothered about colonizing them right away. We've got another one over there that we could grab if we really wanted to. And another one over there as well. So there's quite a few worlds that we could colonize that just aren't brilliant. Tropical world with a population of 13. We are still... Or at least we are supposed to be colonizing this one, are we not? I thought we'd attempted to do this one. Oh no, that was it. I was going to do it, but we didn't have enough resources. So, yes, we will colonize it. And we still have to build a ship. Ask for association status. Did they get turned down by the rest of the... Let's see if they get pulled in now. A closer scan of the debris field around Sapir 6 shows it... Let's try that again. A closer scan of the debris field around Sapir 6 has led to the discovery of an airtight capsule containing an atomic clock that measures time with unparalleled precision. It has a frequency uncertainty so low that it will be another 879 million years before it gains a single second, and it is counting down to a date 42 years and 3 days away. The capsule holds no clues as to what the date signifies or to who the owners are, but it seems as though someone out there has lost track of time. It's a bomb! Destroy it. Keep an eye on it. It might be very useful, that countdown. Science ship. So that was what you were working on there. Fine. Brilliant stuff. You get up there and start surveying, because I think the other science ship is going low. Something has happened on one of the archaeological sites that we are currently excavating. They now have association status, so that worked. I still don't think it actually shows. Who was it? The Federation Association Officer for the Coalition of Sapient Nations voted to offer the Stellaris Confederacy, who are these guys here. So these guys up here now are also part of the Federation. So all of the close neighbours are all best buddies right now. But more importantly, what is going on here? Archaeological event pending. The strange ruins show no sign of damage beyond neglect. Homes, factories, buildings of unknown use, they all stand empty and abandoned. Where did everyone go? For unknown reasons, it seems like a large building in the centre of the colony may hold the answers. Investigate it, and off we go. So there we go. We've got almost a quarter of the galaxy revealed now, and you know, we're still searching around and seeing what we can grab. We've got a few ships just sort of sitting doing nothing for a while, but that's fine. We do want to watch our expansion. We are really going over the Empire sprawl now. We'll continue to try and build up the Federation. As we can already see, we're very close to being level 3. That will give us 1 unity for each envoy assigned to the Federation. Very nice. Ship speed increased by 10% while in Federation speed, in Federation space, also very nice. That's a really good sort of defensive boost there, because in your own space, because obviously your own space is going to be in the Federation space, in your own space you get 10% speed boost. Federation influence gain +1. Nice, and we're not too far away from that. What do you get further up here as well? So, failed Federation votes impose a 50% smaller cohesion penalty to the Federation. Damage to endgame crisis factions +25%. So, Federations become even more useful against endgame crisis now. Diplomatic weight +10%. And then finally, gain 1 unity for each envoy assigned to the Federation. Damage to endgame crisis factions +25%. So, I'm assuming they both stack. So an extra 50% damage against Endgame Crisis factions and 10% monthly unity. Not to mention the higher we get up, the higher the laws that we can select. So that all seems pretty cool. But we are going to end things there. In fact, we're not going to end things there. I'm just going to let the game play on until we get to the 1st of January, simply because it's normally guaranteed to save there. I can't remember what interval it saves on Iron Man, but for some reason, like I said, it does seem to sometimes jump back a little bit. So let us go into January. There we go. There was the save. And there you have it. That is basically how far we've got. No wars yet, which is good. I do sometimes with Stellaris get into this habit of trying to get into early wars with neighbors, particularly when I want to grab a particular system and the AI beats me to it. Now, I find in EU4, I'm a lot more confident in doing that, because the way that war score works in EU4 is you can literally just, sit on the war goal. You don't need to, completely siege and occupy the enemy's entire territory to win the war. You can just get enough score to take what you want, and to a degree you can do that in Stellaris as well, but I often find you very quickly and easily get overwhelmed. So I'm kind of glad to be part of the Federation and not just jumping into early wars. I know it might make a bit of boring viewing, not constantly being in battles, but I'm sure that will come later. So thanks very much for watching. I hope you're still enjoying Stellaris Federations. I'll see you on the next video, and until then, goodbye for now.